Real-life financial advisors are known as fiduciaries. They have a legal obligation to put you first and their profits second. Still, two-thirds of us ask chatbots for financial guidance, and more than half admit they've made a bad money move because of it. AI bots are completely devoid of empathy. People who are like that, well, we call them psychopaths. Join almost 1 million folks who get my free newsletter every day. You're going to love it at getkim.com. For small businesses, every single hire matters. But finding the right person can take time and energy you just don't have. That's where LinkedIn Hiring Pro comes in. It's like having a smart hiring partner that helps you focus on the candidates who are a great fit, so you can hire with confidence. I know firsthand how time-consuming hiring can be. You're running a business, wearing a dozen hats, and you're sorting through countless applications, trying to spot that right person. Posting a job is easy. It's the finding, connecting, and screening applicants that you don't have time for. LinkedIn Hiring Pro handles it all for you, writing the job description, finding top candidates, even conducting AI-powered first interviews. Forget digging through countless resumes. Hire right the first time. Post your first job and get $100 off your job post at linkedin.com/Kim. That's linkedin.com/Kim. Terms and conditions apply. This is a total game changer. Don't miss out. Post your first job and get $100 off right now at linkedin.com/Kim.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome on into Talkback here on a Monday morning. Why does it seem like my mic's not working? Is yours?
Hello.
Hello.
Seems like you're a little off there. Good morning. Welcome to Talkback.
See, okay, somebody turned it way down.
Your knee must have bumped it.
Test. 1, 2, 3.
Sounds good, I think. I've never been on live radio before.
Gosh. Quit screwing with my buttons.
You know, I'm going to tell you what you would have told me back in the day.
What would I have told you?
You need to get here enough time to make sure it works.
Yeah, but you don't know if it's doing that until you go on the air, actually.
That's 100% correct. You want me to get your little violin out?
Yes. There we go. That's better.
If you are thinking I'm being mean to Al, this is what he would tell me. He was my boss.
I feel like I traumatized you.
Oh,
Did you have trauma while you were in school? Like all the kids, the younger people, it's all fashionable to talk about their trauma that they had?
No, I mean, I kind of grew up where I had teachers and mentors that would slap you upside the head and tell you to do better.
Tell you to suck it up.
I'm from one of them country schools.
That's right. And aren't you glad now?
Oh, yeah. We liked it back then, too. We didn't really complain. I mean, we were scared of some of the teachers, but we respected them.
In a generation of snowflakes, be a Stephen Maxwell.
Back in my favorite teacher of all time, well, one of them was Mr. Fontenot. He was our agriculture teacher.
Yeah,
and he ran that place like a well-oiled shop. You were scared to death. I could tell you some of the anecdotes, but I don't want to get him in trouble. Maybe he's retired now. I don't know. But he was the best.
What were some of the lessons you remember him teaching you?
Always work. So if you don't want to stand around, so if we were done with our assignments, you better pick up a broom and sweep just to be productive. He taught us how to cook different things, how to butcher, weld, do electrical boards. We butchered so many animals in that class, but we'd eat it. You know?
Really?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I should say anymore, but it was the best. It was good stuff. He had some good life lessons, too, but that'll be the KSYL Plus. If you ever see me, I'll tell you in person.
So that was an agriculture class?
Yeah, ag class.
Huh.
Yep.
Which not a lot of schools have that anymore.
Oh, they don't?
I don't think so.
That's too bad. Very bad.
I mean, I would think pretty much just the rural schools, maybe.
The girls would take home ec and the boys would take ag. Yep. Did
you learn how to, like, castrate?
Oh, yeah. Our field trip was to castrate horses and pigs
Wow.
once a year. Oh,
Wow.
yeah. It was
Wow.
fun. It was. We had a good time. Yeah. When people tell me, you're country, I grew up more country than you, probably.
Yeah. That's.
Hey, Buckeye's the big city compared to where I'm from.
Buckeye is.
Yeah, they got gas stations. Your mic's going out again.
See, I don't know what's going on with it.
Yeah, y'all don't want it to be just me today. I'll just blabber on about nothing.
I'm telling you, it's not my fault.
I'll just instigate. Hey, if you want to call in, 318-442-8255 while Al fixes his microphone there.
Test. Still not working. What is
Speaking of turning off the mic, that's...
going on? Yeah, they're trying to silence me, Steven.
Yeah, that's probably what they should have done to Bondi yesterday. Just turn off her mic and tell her to go home.
Well, not just her, but the Congress people questioning her. It was just all that whole thing was just a big grandstanding event.
Well, and a lot of not answering the actual question. And then they'd ask a question and they would cut her off, but they probably should have just kept cutting her off for her own sake. Al's trying to fix his mic here. Couple things we want to get into today.
Going with a backup mic here.
Okay.
So, hang on.
We could do the, we're going to talk Pam Bondi's hearing on the Epstein files, AI, how it's going to take over your life. And Alexandria Mayor Jacques Roy had his, I guess, an economic update yesterday.
Yeah. I hear he wants to, they talked about the mall?
Yeah, but I've reported on that for months.
Yeah.
So I have full stories on what he wants to do with the mall. You can check it out on my page or our YouTube page, Simlon Broadcasting. We have a full-length thing there if you're into that. It's like a podcast. But basically, it's part of his Reignite program to turn the mall into what he calls an experiential mall. So activity-type things and healthcare adjacent businesses.
Isn't that the problem now, is that it's too experiential in some respects?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I just think the retail space is a changing, or some would say shrinking industry.
Well, that's just it. I mean, should we as a city put a lot of effort into something that is seemingly going by the wayside anyway?
Well, I think it's using the property, too, for things that would hopefully be a burgeoning industry.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that could change over time. They want to do the state's best children's museum in there as well on that property. And if you look at all the space that's parking lot property for the mall,
Yeah.
it's just unused space.
Yeah.
So they want to
Yeah.
find other things for it. They're going to use bonds to pay for the majority of it. So it's we've talked about this on the show before. If you want to look it up, I have it on my page. Lots of stuff there. He kind of reiterated a lot of that. Talked about utilities. He talked about a number of different things. I didn't go, but I watched on the live YouTube feed while chasing my kid around. So I kept up as much as possible.
Yeah.
I might post some clips later today. I don't know if there's anything that came out that was brand new.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, election season is coming up. We had some qualifying yesterday. Day 2 is today, but that's for the May election. All the Alexandria races are going to be for the fall election, so qualifying will be in the summer. So mayor, council, some of the council seats, the qualifying yesterday, and that continues today and tomorrow, is U.S. state or U.S. Congress, Senate, some judge seats, and locally Pineville City Council, all the seats,
Mayor.
and the mayor of Pineville.
Yeah.
So we have 3 that qualified for the mayor of Pineville. The incumbent who was appointed, Joe Bishop, running as a Republican. We have Rusty Murdoch, former law enforcement officer for a couple of decades. He's running as a Republican. And Chris Camp, who is currently an employee over at Procter & Gamble, is running as well as a Republican. So 3 in the race, still 2 more days to qualify. I have an interview with Joe Bishop on my page. We'll be talking to Chris today as well as Rusty. So we'll have them on camera to talk about it. And we were wondering if anyone was going to run against Bishop. Didn't hear anything. Not a whole lot of rumblings. And looks like he's got 2 challengers. But politically, Joe has the most well-known name. He's been in politics nearly 30 years.
Yeah.
But we shall see. We can get those.
I did notice that Pineville put out a video yesterday of like their new, what they want to use on their side of the river.
Oh, they put out a video?
Kind of like a pavilion. Yeah.
So it's going to be a $1.6 million amphitheater somewhere on where the flagpole is on the Pineville side of the Red River by the Jackson Street Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to build an amphitheater. So that's happening.
Yeah.
I didn't know they posted about it. I was holding off to try and break that story.
They beat you to it.
That's what I get for sitting around, right? Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
But that's good.
You only put out like 7 things yesterday.
Yeah, I knew about it. I was just kind of holding off. Let me see. Well, that's good. So they passed a resolution at the meeting on Tuesday to fund that. And so they're excited about that, adding some recreation. It's going to kind of tie into the whole downtown redevelopment we've been seeing in Pineville.
Mm-hmm.
We have new businesses popping up. Of course, Little Chubby's opened up over a year ago, I think. We have photography down there, all some of the Staples centers. They have Hemingway House of Stories and Spirits, which is coffee, cocktails, and a used bookstore. So it just opened up. Looking forward to hanging out there. It's going to be fantastic. If you go down Military a little bit more, you have Waybacks there, the new coffee shop, which is caffeinated. Next door is going to be a new bookstore called My Secret Shelves there. Of course, Palmetto. So it's kind of becoming the trendy spot of Cenla. And it's exciting to see. So hopefully it all ties in and revamps that area.
So which do you think will get done first? The Pineville, the Founders Pavilion, as they call it, or the amphitheater across the river? Because it feels like they've been working on that for 2 years now.
Yeah, it's. I was looking at the one in Alexandria. Looks like it's coming along fine. I don't know what the timeline is off the top of my head, but
But I mean, it's been closed for at least a couple of years now.
Yeah. It was closed before I got back, so I'm not quite sure how long it has been. So.
Which I think all that work started before Mayor Roy came back, but I'm speaking out of turn here. I don't know what the original timeline was supposed to be or how much is left to do, but.
No, I don't know, but I can check on that. The council seats in Pineville, District 1, the incumbent Randy O'Neill is the only one who is qualified there so far. District 2, Kevin Dorn is the only one qualified so far. He's the incumbent. District 3, I'm not quite sure how to say his name, but Hugh Hall.
Just Hall.
Hugh Hall, okay. Yeah. He's running. No one has qualified against him yet. 2 more days. District 4, John Marquez, technically the incumbent. He was just appointed a couple of weeks ago. He's the only one in District 4. And District 5 has 2, Mark Mertens and Tom Murphy. So we'll look to get more information about them. I'll reach out to the district candidates after qualifying.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, we'll take a break. We got a lot more coming up here on a Thursday Talkback.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Tensions between American Airlines and its workers are boiling over. The carrier's flight attendants will hold a protest today outside the company's headquarters in Fort Worth, Texas. They want CEO Robert Isom to step down, blaming management for disappointing financial results. Last week, American pilots called for a meeting with the company's board to address its performance. United and Delta have been posting higher margins for years. Turning to trading, stock futures are edging higher, pointing to gains on Wall Street. Traders are keeping a close eye on key economic data. Jobs numbers yesterday came in surprisingly strong, and attention now turns to tomorrow's inflation report. And Apple's long-planned upgrade to its Siri virtual assistant has run into a few snags during testing in recent weeks. After planning to include the new capabilities in an operating system update slated for next month, sources tell us Apple is now working to spread them out over future versions. Courtney Donahoe, Bloomberg Radio.
The Rapides Parish Library invites you to a celebration you don't want to miss. The 3rd Annual Central Louisiana African American Culture and Heritage Center event. Come honor local heroes, experience powerful stories, and celebrate African American culture and history in Cenla. Join us Saturday, February 21st at 11 a.m. at the Martin Luther King Jr. branch on Broadway Avenue in Alexandria. Get more details at rpl.org.
Good morning. Partly cloudy skies on our Thursday. A warm day with afternoon highs near 74 degrees. Our winds light and variable. Only a slight chance of any showers at all. Partly cloudy tonight with some fog developing after midnight. We'll get down to 53. And our Friday looks like another partly cloudy day, even warmer, with the afternoon high temps up to 78 degrees. Good chance of some showers over the weekend. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Grayson.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BOM Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
It's Talkback, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
All right, we're back. Alan Stephen with you here on a Thursday morning. 318-442-8255 is our number. Let's go to the phones to start the day. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Good morning, Stephen Howe.
Hey, good morning.
Pineville. How's everybody out there?
Good, sir. Yeah. How are you?
Doing good, sir. Doing good. I heard that Mayor Roy yesterday, he gave his, I guess, his State of the Union deal on Alexandria. And he made some valid points. One thing in particular I would like to talk about Alexandria here is the mall. Al, I hope you give me a minute or two here.
Yeah.
I'm not as fast as I used to be, but I eventually get to where I'm going.
Okay.
I think the mall needs to be turned into a medical complex for senior citizens. You could put some apartments in there, apartment complexes for people to stay, you know. Put some little stores in there for them. You could have other little stores in there, maybe even restaurants and stuff too. They could stop and pick up their goods or whatever, shop, you know, give them a little something to do. I think you could put security around there in the mall that would keep it a secure place. It's like a medical hub over there already. You got Cabrini, you got Mid-State. It's going to take some people to step in with some wisdom and knowledge and contacts and piss and vigor to do it. But I think Alexandria has a lot of the tools at hand and the schools around here to educate people that's in the medical field and that could draw here. And since we're so geographically in the state, I think Alexandria would be something good for Alexandria. Masonic Drive is just, to me, it's never really been utilized to what it could be.
Yeah, and you hit.
And I really think.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, I was saying I think you hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what he's talking about. He goes, medical is what is the big industry they want to focus on, for sure.
That's what, instead of, I wrote something on Facebook about it. Instead of Alexandria, to me, is what Alexandria is known for right now is Gunslinger U, you know, in a negative way. We could be known as a medical hub. I mean, it would benefit the future of Alexandria financially and give a lot of people jobs that's looking for jobs, good technical jobs. I mean, you have the schools down there with Mr. Sawtelle. Of course, he's not there no more, I don't believe, but there's schools around here. You got LSUA and everything, Louisiana College, you know, for the nursing profession. And to me, it's just a logical, it would be a logical way to go. I mean, like I say, the Masonic Drive, you say the South Circle on back this way into Masonic, into Ellie. I mean, that it's just a medical area, you know, and you could do something with all that. And I think Alexandria could really benefit from something like that. But one thing Mr. Roy said that I totally agree. A lot of the problems here in Alexandria, and because I'm one of them myself, is the people. The people need to step up, and I really think we need to get some new people into politics. You have a lot of people that's in Alexandria right now in the business community, and that's supposed to be our leadership, senators, Mayor Roy. I'm not talking about you now, but I just really think we need some new, fresh air, some young blood like Steve in there, maybe. I'm not saying Steve and take the job and that, but I'm talking about people in his age group and all to really step up, and that really has a future, you know, and for the families, for young families and stuff here in Alexandria, because Alexandria is in a quagmire. I mean, it's a squalor. It's people fighting each other out here on the streets and everything. It's just it's nothing positive. It's just nothing positive going on here right now. And I mean, you can keep bringing restaurants in here and stuff like that, but that's just not going to cut it. You need something where families can make a good living and to draw people from out of town to have a reason to come here. Not walk on no river bank or nothing like that. Every town's got a river bank. I mean, have them come here for something like medical reasons, something for their health, you know, something good and something that's going to really benefit the city and benefit the people and benefit the people that you're going to help. To me, it seems like is where it's at, you know. And this needs to be like I mean, the city has to invest so much, but I mean, it can't be all left on the taxpayers either. Mm-hmm. You have to get people in here. You got to go out there and get people in here that's got money, you know, and that wants to invest and wants to do things like that. And you can't just put it all on the taxpayers. But Alexandria has to do something. Alexandria, I'm telling you, Alexandria has got a lot to benefit from right here, but they just not utilizing what they have. And I don't know if it's from the leadership. I don't know if it's from some of it's on the people too. You know, I agree with that. There's a lot of negativity. You can't have that. You just can't have that. And people have to quit fighting each other here and pull together and to get something here. You know, the young people, most of the older people, I mean, they've done lived their life, you know, but I mean, I'm talking about for the future of Alexandria and the future of the people in Alexandria now for their families and stuff, for the young people like the Stephen and all that wants to come back here. I mean, Stephen, you got to have balls, man, to come back here. I mean, I give you credit for that. I wanted to tell you that, you know.
Oh,
I mean, you laying over there in the beach in Panama City in the sun and the turquoise waters and everything, and to come back to Alexandria, you must, you know. But you really, it's going to take young people like that to really step up and do something, and they're going to have to get somebody in here with some money and, you know, lay out a plan. You got to have a plan, and you got to have the people together that want to do it. But the mall, I mean, you already got the building block there, the foundation of it, you know. I mean, the mall's yesterday's newspapers, really. I mean, as it is right now, it's just not going to cut it. Most people, you know, when I buy stuff now, most people go online, the internet and stuff, to other than Walmart or Kroger or Albertsons, you go somewhere like that to get your groceries. But I mean, as far as buying anything, I mean, people just don't. I mean, malls, you know, it's just.
No, they're dying everywhere.
Yeah. All right.
But okay. Well, thank y'all for the time. I mean, that's just my 2 cents worth, and
yep, that was really good.
I mean, we can do it, Alexandria, but it's going to take everybody. It's just going to take everybody. And but thank you for the time, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
All right,
yes, sir.
Have a good one. We'll be right back.
KSYL.
Need office supplies, janitorial supplies, or office furniture, either new or pre-owned? Then look no further than DTW Office Supply, with wholesale prices on a large selection of top quality products, all with the personalized hometown service that you deserve. We're proud to serve the entire state of Louisiana with daily deliveries right to your door. Visit us today at 1219 MacArthur Drive or online at dtwofficesupply.com. That's DTW Office Supply, your trusted partner for all of your office needs. Quality, value, service.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. Now back to Talk Back.
All right, so at least a lot of discussion right now with what could be happening with the mall. And I think the reason why this has popped up, two reasons. One, the mayor had his briefing yesterday, and two, the story was covered by the local television station, which you had already covered this story weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes.
people saw it, I guess, yesterday.
No, that's fine. And the guy kind of hit the nail on the head. You know, you're seeing your local universities, LSUA is really digging into their to the nursing field, the medical complex and campus they're going to be building downtown. That goes along with CLTCC. You see NSU Sunlaw, they have over 600 students, and it's majority medical.
Right.
And so I think the city wants to follow up and really focus on that. They've talked about workforce housing of some sort in that area for the hospitals. And whenever we talk to him, he goes, we really want to cater to our two hospitals in that area and provide resources for them, allow them space to expand. And so that's an industry that could be pretty big for the area. Not to take any flag from this, but I know people are going to kind of scoff at it, but I really believe, though, that even that could be in jeopardy, too, just because AI is developing so fast. And you're like, okay, yeah, whatever. You have Elon Musk and others saying that doctors, there may not be any need to go to medical school. There's already reports out a couple of weeks ago that the nursing profession could see double-digit hits on available jobs in the next couple of years. Doesn't mean that, you know, we still move forward, and it's still kind of, that science is not set in stone yet. Of course, everything changes, but it's just going to be an evolving world. And I think a lot of people are just kind of stuck in limbo. I would hate to be a kid, you know, who's like a junior or sophomore. There's a lot of potential. Life could get better in some ways, but like, what profession do you go into?
Really?
What is AI safe?
Yeah.
I don't know if there is anything.
No. I sent you an article too yesterday from a lady who she's kind of pushing back on the gloom and doom predictions. So yeah, I mean, nobody can really predict the future, what will happen. She was saying that the AI is going to take a lot of jobs that haven't even been created yet, which is interesting. You know, and speaking of jobs, like the latest job report came out, and they were expecting it to be bad yesterday. It really wasn't that bad. And what we've seen under the Trump administration just in the first year is most of the job growth in the Biden administration was in government sector. Private sector kind of stayed the same or went down. The opposite has happened under the Trump administration. The government jobs, a lot of them have been eliminated, but the private sector jobs are starting to grow. So it's always kind of like, you can use statistics in two ways. Like a drunk uses a lamppost. It's either for support or illumination. It's just how you want to use them.
And I'm not saying it's doom and gloom. And this is my prediction, who's just an idiot who just works a phone. But from what you see and what the potential is and how fast it's moving, there may not be any jobs that we can do. I'm just serious.
Yeah. It's
just going to be better at everything that we do as humans. And you don't think a company's going to utilize that? I mean, even the legal field.
Yeah.
This is going to do the work of a lawyer and a staff.
Yeah.
They could do the work as a medical doctor. They're going to use these Optimus Prime robots or whatever, Optimus bots that they have, or whatever company is making them, and it's going to do surgery better. It's going to be able to calculate things better.
Yeah.
It's going to run your board better. You know? It wouldn't mess up the microphone. I'm not trying to be, everyone's just kind of living their lives, and you should.
Yeah.
But it's literally there's been nothing like this before.
Right.
We've never created something that was better than us in every way possible. And it's going faster than people expected. And you have to be careful, too. Some of these developers are creating this hype, and some of the doom and gloom on purpose because they're trying to make money. They're trying to advertise it. But if you just look at the development of video production from just a couple of months ago, it's insanity. It's making actual movies now.
Right.
It looks better than most of the CGI from a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
By Hollywood, you know? You could literally do so. And then Musk is the other day, he goes, we're not too far away from where you would have it in your mind, you would imagine it, and that AI would be able to create something for you. It's all going in that direction. And
and we had the caller the other day called in and asked me to think about, like, how do I see this from, how does it play into the end times and that sort of thing. The biggest thing I thought about and verses that pop into my head is that I think before kind of the end comes, you'll see a time of just incredible deception. And I can see how AI could play into something like that. But I mean, who knows the future? I do think that's where it's important to stay grounded in what's true and know what's true with everything. But it's going to be the Wild West.
Well, hey, if you can know what's true and still not have a job in the process.
No.
So, I mean, everything's changing.
Yeah, but see, that's where, for me as a Christian, I know the Lord will provide.
Yeah, it's going to be a high-income universal basic income, like Elon Musk said it's going to be.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just telling you, like, they're making everything's going to be so easy to make, he claims, that it's going to outpace the printing of money.
Then we'll just get paid to sit at home and do whatever we want. Okay, sign me up.
Which I think is an awful thing for a human being.
No, it is. Idleness is one of the worst things.
Because the struggle is what keeps us going.
Yeah.
You know, I actually hate the idea of retirement. Maybe I'll have a different mindset in a couple of decades.
Yeah.
Or I want to hang out with my grandkids or whatever. But I just don't like the idea of just doing nothing or not having something to struggle for.
No, whenever the day comes that I retire, I promise you I won't be someone just sitting around watching TV.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many, if tomorrow I didn't have to work anymore, I feel like I'd fill my day with 8 to 10 hours of things I want to do.
You just collect cards.
Yeah.
It's like, not the Christian philosophy, what's his name? Albert Camus, famous philosopher. He goes, you know, we don't know what the meaning of life is, but all it is pushing that boulder up the hill, and when it falls back down, you do it again, because the struggle is what keeps you going.
Yeah.
Like the myth of Sisyphus, right?
Yeah.
So we got to have something. That's the one thing that concerns me. If we're just idling by, we're going to go crazy.
Well, that'll lead, knowing the nature of man, it's going to lead to just man doing worse things. Because
and there's some other stats I want to bring up, but I might get kicked off the air, but I'll tell you all. But look at, I'll tell you all later. It's funny, I'm sorry. About the things people spend money on. It's outpacing ChatGPT and other softwares. You can imagine what those are. Humans just do what they do, so. OnlyFans.
Oh.
Just outpaces everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell the audience what that is, because they may not know.
Oh, I don't even know how to describe it. It's a subscription-based thing that's regularly used for
so it's
adult entertainment.
Women basically can go on there and market themselves?
Sure.
Is that good way to say it?
In some ways that maybe some innocent and other, you know, adult entertainment ways.
So whereas guys 50 years ago would buy a Playboy, now they subscribe to OnlyFans.
That's what they do, apparently. So it's outpacing everything. So hopefully that's not all we do if we don't have jobs. That's what I'm saying. So be productive some way, somehow.
Oh, my goodness. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Idleness could be bad. All right, we'll be right back.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics.
I start every workday morning off the same way. I stop in and pick up breakfast at Wilmore's Mobile and Sub Express. It's convenient, quick, and oh so good. Croissants, biscuits, breakfast subs, and their hot coffee is the perfect pick-me-up. They always ask me why I'm in such a good mood when I get to work. Improve your mood. Stop by Wilmore's any weekday morning from 6 till 9 and get your day started right. That's Wilmore's Mobile and Sub Express right there on the corner of North MacArthur Drive and Bayou Rapides Road.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. After my husband died, the last thing I wanted to think about was money. Ethos made it affordable to get life insurance. Signing up was fast and 100% online. I knew that I could pay our mortgage and have food in the fridge. I could focus on my kids. No one ever tells you how much you're going to depend on that policy. I am so grateful we had coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Broker Services, LLC. Member NYSE, SIPC.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Jay Johnson meets with reporters one day before opening day at the box. We'll tell you what he said. Join us 3 to 6. Alexandria's 94.7 ESPN.
Now back to Talkback 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
You know, as I've been thinking on it, because you kind of asked the question, if you were like a junior in high school, what would you do? What direction would you go in? And this is like, for me, I know my answer would be, I would go in the direction that God's leading me, because even if it ends up not being that thing that I'm pursuing, I know that he's going to lead in the right direction to whatever else that would be. And if you hadn't gone in that initial direction, maybe you don't come across that opportunity that you weren't expecting, if that makes sense.
There you go.
I just think that that's kind of the way life works out, is a lot of people have ended up in something they didn't expect to, or they may not have started out with, but it ends up being the right thing at the end of the day for them.
Yeah.
So to me, it's more about the pursuit than it is saying, oh, I definitely will end up doing this.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I promise you, when I was in college, in a million years, I never would have thought that I would be doing a news talk show in Alexandria, Louisiana, and teaching at a college and pastoring a church. Like, none of those would have been even remotely on my radar, but in a lot of ways, they're all the result of pursuing a degree in broadcast journalism where I wanted to do sports.
Sure.
So.
Yeah. I mean, I can attest to that. I mean, I just never thought I'd be doing this for a living.
Yeah. And I bet every single person in our audience has a similar story where they maybe started out in something and then life just took them in a different direction. Or maybe they stayed in the thing they pursued, but.
100%.
Yeah.
I agree. Sometimes the pursuit, and like the guy was saying, like, you're crazy for leaving the beach, and he meant it as a compliment, like, coming back here to Alexandria. You know, I think every area has their problems. I guess one of the biggest wake-up calls for me, Panama City Beach has way more to do. Obviously, it's a top destination place for people. But they still said the same things. I wish we had this.
Yeah.
And why don't we do this? And why are we this way? And I'm like, oh, my God, it's everywhere.
But they do have a culvert.
So it is what you make it. They do. I used to live right by it, too. Yeah.
All right, let's get another call in before the top of the hour. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for taking my call. Those are very wise words, and I'm glad you crystallized that for us. If I'm sure a lot of what Musk is predicting will come to pass, and when men are given more free time, they will return initially to hedonism. The only restraint against hedonism is Christianity. But those are all dead-end paths in the maze of life. Those are all things that go down for a while, but it never gives satisfaction. So they'll come back. And there was a show that the BBC put out. It was I think it was only 3 seasons of it. It was probably 10 years ago now. It's called Humans. And it parallels this remarkably well. What it was premised on was that they'd come up with lifelike robots that you couldn't tell a robot from a human. And so they did all the tasks for you, and that's how it was built. They're gonna do all the menial labor. No need for people to die in wars. No need for people to scrub toilets. And it's very interesting. Now, it's a lot of leftism in it. The family that it circles on, and the mom leaves, the dad stays home with the kids. But it captures the problems that they have to face. And so one of the first things they do is these little communities crop up in the rural areas where they don't allow those robots. They want to pick their own crops. They want to build their own houses. And so they choose to live that way. And it's fascinating. If you get a chance, I'm sure, I don't know how to find it, but I'm sure it's on one of those networks or services. It's humans, and I think one of the letters is spelled backwards or something, because they're not humans, they're robots. But and the problem comes when the creator of these humans takes it to the next level, where he makes them self-aware. And now they don't want to be robots. They want to be people. And but it makes them it makes you think through the same issues that we're going to think through, because we're not stopping AI. It's more efficient. It's going to make life better in a lot of ways, but it'll make life worse in other ways. So if you have a TV and you want to look up something like that, it'll allow you to face those things. But they get back to doing the hands-on things, the struggle, like you were talking about, Al, because that's where humans find their fulfillment. We were made in the image of God. God worked a 6-day week, and then he rested, and we're meant to work a 6-day week and then rest. Anyways, thanks for letting me speak on peace. Y'all have a great day.
All right. Thank you so much.
We're going to be like the new Amish. You know, they decided that the technology in 1830 was the where we need to stop, and they all stopped there and live a life of 1830s simplicity. So we're all going to be like the new Amish type, right? Like we stopped in 2015, let's say. I don't know.
Do you think that AI and the robots will ever get to the point where they question the existence of man?
Yeah, I think that's a big problem. Yeah. And then they're going to learn how to...
Man questions the existence of God, so AI will question the existence of man.
They will, what's the word, blackmail us? They've already had some AIs that have learned how to negotiate away from things they don't want to do, so, yeah.
We found the enemy, and it is us.
I don't know how everyone's not just, like, thinking about this all the time. It's just nothing in the existence of humankind has ever happened at the level of AI that we're seeing now. It's insane. Your life will be completely different in 5 years. Unrecognizable.
On that optimistic note, we've got much more coming up at our next.
There'll be some good stuff, too.
You've been listening to Talkback. The opinions expressed were those of the hosts and callers, and not necessarily those of Cenlaw Broadcasting.
AM 970, FM 104.9, KSYL, and KRRV 100.3, HD3, Alexandria.
CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Possible new evidence in the search for Nancy Guthrie, the 84-year-old mother of the Today Show's Savannah Guthrie. Investigators have discovered a pair of black gloves not far from Nancy's home north of Tucson. They resemble the ones worn by the person seen on her doorbell cam video the night she was abducted. Retired FBI Special Agent Lance Lysing.
From the backpack to the holster to the potential weapon to the jacket to the flashlight in his mouth, the unique ski mask. But most of them have some unique characteristics that will absolutely be followed up on.
The search for Nancy Guthrie is entering its 12th day. We're learning the decision to ground flights in and out of El Paso Airport Tuesday night into Wednesday involved a laser weapons test that tried to take down a drone. Sources tell us it was actually a party balloon. Correspondent Chris Van Cleve.
This decision by the FAA to close the El Paso airspace for up to 10 days kicked off a firestorm of finger-pointing. Lawmakers want answers. The top Republican on the Senate committee that has oversight of the FAA says he wants a classified briefing as soon as possible to understand what happened and why.
Closure was canceled hours after it began. A CBS News analysis finds the number of detained immigrants giving up their cases and leaving the country has hit a record high. CBS's Katie Weiss from New Orleans.
From the immigrants that we've spoken to who have been in detention and some who have opted for this choice of voluntary departure, they tell me it's likely a factor of just how exhausting the process has become. They say that the conditions are terrible in some of these detention facilities, and it just becomes a point where immigrants want to have their freedom.
The Gallup organization says it'll stop tracking presidential approval ratings.
Gallup has been conducting
conducting its monthly poll on presidential performance for 88 years, but says it is shifting its focus to issues and policy polling. Gallup's decision comes as President Trump ramps up his threats against the media and pollsters.
They interview Democrats by big numbers and then Republicans by small.
Trump sued pollster J.Ann Selzer and the Des Moines Register after their poll days before the 2024 election suggested Kamala Harris had a 3-point lead in Iowa. Trump won the state by 13 points. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
There's new information on the leading causes of death for pregnant women in the U.S. CBS's Michael George.
A Columbia University study found accidental drug overdose is the most common cause of death, followed by homicide and suicide. Researchers say more pregnant and postpartum women should be screened for drug use and for signs of domestic violence.
Dow futures up 175. This is CBS News.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsor.
You're next to order. Please move forward.
You know, Josh, when you said you were springing for lunch, I didn't think you meant drive-through fast food.
Ah, come on, man. Money's been tight lately, and these high gas prices are killing me.
You pay full price at the pump? Get your head out of the sand and start using Upside.
What's Upside?
Come on, dude. Upside is the free app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it every time I fill up my tank.
Does that really add up?
I've already banked around $200.
That's serious cash.
Hi, can I take your order?
Yeah, I'm ordering the free Upside app to start earning cash back on every gallon of gas I buy.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ORDER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ORDER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ORDER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Pennsylvania's joined a couple of dozen other states mandating schools teach a dying writing style.
Governor Josh Shapiro posted he used his best cursive to sign the bill into law. Now, for younger listeners, cursive is writing by hand with the letters flowing in connected strokes, not printing, which uses individual separate letters.
Some of my daughter's friends just don't know how to do this.
Pennsylvania State Representative Dane Watra, who sponsored the bill, he said using cursive is proven to boost cognitive growth.
This is super important that all kids here in the Commonwealth are given this instruction.
The push for cursive writing is gaining momentum, with some states aiming for proficiency by the 3rd to 5th grade. Michael Toscano, CBS News.
Meet the 24-year-old who's deemed herself the most eligible bachelorette athlete at the Olympics.
I will have my dating platforms up and running. We can grab a cappuccino, maybe an Aperol Spritz.
American luge racer Sophia Kirby's been DMing interested parties to hit her up. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Louisiana Radio Network, I'm Colleen Crane. 2 men the Justice Department says are in the country illegally have been indicted on drug charges in what authorities say is the biggest methamphetamine bust in Louisiana history. Livingston Parish Sheriff Jason Ard says the deputies who stopped the 2 men on I-12 last Saturday were true heroes that day.
Just imagine how many lives that may be saved by this. And this was supposedly going into the Tennessee area, but it came through Livingston Parish. The wrong parish as far as my book you go through because you got caught.
The Justice Department says the 2 men are citizens of Honduras and El Salvador. Drone detection equipment is now mounted atop Malone Stadium at the University of Louisiana at Monroe to increase public safety. Dr. Mark Johnson with ULM Police says universities are facing escalating challenges from unauthorized drones, especially during large events.
If one of these things fly, our on-duty officers get an alert in the car right there. Unauthorized drone, where it's at, where it started, where it's going, and where the operator is.
LRN. Yesterday was the first day of qualifying for the May 16th U.S. House and Senate primary elections. Among those qualifying for the 5th District House seat is State Senator Blake Miguez, who was endorsed by President Trump, but is under fire from opponents because he doesn't live in the district. Miguez was originally going to run for U.S. Senate, but changed gears when Trump endorsed Julia Letlow for that race. Miguez says he will continue fighting for President Trump's agenda on behalf of the people of Louisiana.
I've never been afraid to stand up for Louisiana or the America First agenda, and I don't plan on backing down from the fight when I get to the national level.
Another candidate who qualified is Misty Cordell, who is currently the chair of the Board of Regents. She says it doesn't concern her that President Trump's endorsement went to someone else.
Hasn't deterred me one bit. This race is not my consolation prize. As far as the endorsement from President Trump, he just hadn't had the opportunity to meet me yet.
And if you plan to vote, you may want to check the inactive voter list. Today, the Advocate newspaper published 99 pages of the names and addresses of inactive voters in East Baton Rouge Parish alone. LRN.
Tired of that same plumbing issue? Call Southern Air Heating and Cooling. Plumbing problems, large or small, Southern Air will fix them all. And you'll get service with no delay from certified technicians the very same day. Take advantage of our $99 drain clearing special and our 0% financing for those larger jobs. Call Southern Air Heating and Cooling at 318-777-5555 or visit us online at southernairnow.com. The official heating and cooling provider for LSU football.
Good morning. Partly cloudy skies on our Thursday. A warm day with afternoon highs near 74 degrees. Our winds light and variable. Only a slight chance of any showers at all. Partly cloudy tonight with some fog developing after midnight. We'll get down to 53. And our Friday looks like another partly cloudy day, even warmer, with the afternoon high temps up to 78 degrees. Good chance of some showers over the weekend. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Grayson.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
I think my best guess for how this will manifest is that prices will drop.
Yeah.
So as the efficiency of production or the provision of services drops, prices will drop. I mean, prices in dollar terms are the ratio between the output of goods and services and the money supply.
Sure.
So if your output of goods and services increases faster than the money supply, you will have deflation, or vice versa. So.
It's a good thing we're growing the money supply so quickly, then.
Right. Exactly. Yes. That's why I came like, let's not worry about growing the money supply. It won't matter. Because the output of goods and services actually will grow faster than the money supply. And I think we'll be in this, and this is a prediction I think some others have made, but I will add to it, which is that I think governments will actually be pushing to increase money supply like faster. Yes. They won't be able to waste the money fast enough, which is saying something for government.
Isn't it crazy how close those timelines just randomly worked out? I mean, at the rate, because we're expanding the national debt, not because we're anticipating AI. We were going to do that no matter what.
Yes.
And so it's like right on the edge of becoming Argentina.
But yes,
but right at the time that AI
productivity is going to improve dramatically, and it is improving dramatically. I think we'll see. I think we may see high double-digit output of goods and services. We have to be a little careful about how economists measure things.
Yes.
GDP sucks isn't measured.
And
well, all right. So that was Elon Musk giving his thoughts, kind of a talk show thing he was doing.
In that same interview, he said that he would not recommend people go to medical school at this point in time because AI and robots will be able to do it better. A number of interesting things there, if you're into that. And if you're not into that, you're going to be into it soon anyway. So might as well educate yourself.
Yeah, that's a whole interview. Went on for like 2 hours. And on Twitter, it's under Peter Diamandis, MD, his conversation. So.
Going to get crazy.
Yeah, if you go to Elon's account, you can find the link to the interview there.
And I'll get off the AI thing soon, but if you see Seedance 2.0, it's the video generating software out of China now.
What is it called?
Seedance 2.0. It's an AI video software. You put in a prompt, meaning you type in, I want to see Al fight Spider-Man on the Capital One building. And it creates a theatrical, realistic-looking movie clip.
Do I win?
You can make it win with audio, sound effects, visual effects that rivals anything CGI can do, if not better in some instances. And that's pretty insane. Pretty insane. Considering at the beginning of last year, it was much more, it was not even near the capabilities that it's at now.
Yeah. So. Interesting. All right, 318-442-8255 is our number on the BOM Bank Talk line. Let's go to the phones. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Well, good morning. I had an electrician come in my house to do some work, and he did an ultra fantastic job. And I just don't see a robot being able to do that, but he did. He had skills. It was expensive, but he had skills.
Yeah, I think you make a good point. If it does replace it, I mean, that'd be pretty amazing, but I still think there's got to be some level of the human element that's irreplaceable.
Right. You know, I think about sometimes like combining AGI or ASI with Boston Atlas robot.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all see why I'm so adamant against illegal immigration? Because who's going to take care of these people?
Yeah.
You can have millions and millions of low-skilled people, needy people.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. That is a fair point. If those kind of jobs go away, then what do you do with the people that came here to do them? Good point.
Absolutely. So y'all have a great day.
All right. Thank you so much.
It's going to be all jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the most powerful people in the world saying universal basic income. This isn't a city councilman saying, this isn't just me saying it. That's what they're saying.
Mm-hmm. In America or the whole world?
I don't know. Whole world.
A lot of countries could use that.
They say maybe electricians and plumbers and those type skills will last longer. But unless we stop it, I don't think it's immune.
But if you get to a point where AI is doing so much that 80% of society doesn't have to work and they can get a universal basic income, why would you want to be a plumber or an electrician? Why would you want to work hard?
That's a good point.
So there are always downsides to this that, those unintended consequences.
Well, if you see what he's saying there, and I might be dumbing it down too much, is that everything is going to be so easy to produce.
Mm-hmm.
The money issue won't be as big of a deal.
Yeah.
That's, I'm sure that's up for debate, but I just don't think there's going to be a whole lot of immune professions out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, you would have, what was it, a couple of years ago? Less than a couple of years ago, coding was the thing, and they really needed smart humans to do that. And now AI codes itself.
Yeah.
And creates its own coding to improve itself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Software, same thing. So maybe the hard skill, once they can get the adequate robots to handle those jobs, which, could take a couple years or less. We're seeing things dramatically improve, and you're seeing AI that could probably create something to improve those robots, its own software.
Yeah.
And so it'll take time. And look, there's a lot of people who, they tell me these things, but they don't even know how to use ChatGPT yet. And it's been around for a couple of years, and it improves every month. It's insane the things it can do. It troubleshooted my computer downstairs when it was broken, instead of me calling Dave.
Shoot.
You know what I'm saying?
I should have got it for the microphone.
Yeah. You could probably try that. You turn the camera setting on, like, hey, dude, my microphone isn't working too well. Can you help me troubleshoot some of the problems? Oh, that's a Sony microphone, and usually it uses blah, blah, blah. It's not perfect, but it's better and better. But most people don't even know really that exists. I mean, your generation of people that I know, they don't even use that. I had to show my dad, and he was flabbergasted.
I started using Grok.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is free at this point.
I enjoy the Grok's fact check on X.
Yeah.
Because every time I see a post with a claim, I'm like, oh, what did Grok say? Is it real? Is it true?
Yeah.
It's even better than when I started using it 9 months ago. It's crazy how fast it moves. It will change everything.
All right, let's go back to the phones. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Good morning. I don't know where AI is going, and I think it's going to be great, but I don't. But we've always had the ability to overproduce things. I mean, particularly in agriculture and just about everything we make. Maybe we're going to make it cheaper. I think Elon Musk talks in theory, and I think a lot of that is probably correct. But one factor that comes in that kind of always messes up everything is government. Government comes in and it automatically imposes.
Maybe we can use AI to replace our congressmen and senators in Washington and have AI robots that actually do what they say they're going to do.
Maybe so. Maybe we can just use the eye. And put, thank you.
To replace the lack of intelligence with artificial intelligence.
You just hope that it doesn't have like other motives and.
Yeah. Which, by the way, you know, you mentioned it earlier, the Bondi hearing. I mean, like, you lost brain cells if you watch that. At times from her, but most of the time from some of these senators. Like, how do these people get to where they are? Seriously. They're just awful people who are stupid. And I'm like, is this really what represents? No wonder we've been in such a crap hole the last 20 or so years with things. They're embarrassing. They're a joke. And these hearings are stupid. They're all for show. They're trying to corner them on Epstein. And it's like, the Trump administration has released more on the Epstein files than all the last 4 or 5 administrations combined. I mean, it's just...
But that's fine, and I get that. But it's the fact they didn't want to.
Well, none of them wanted to.
Okay. That's the problem. You know, the fact that they talked about doing it.
But I mean, for the Democrats to sit up there and act like they're all sanctimonious, why the heck didn't you do it the last 4 years? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like, they're so sleazy. They're so phony.
Well, like Massey said, it's been going on for 4 administrations.
She slammed Massey good. I'm trying to remember what it was. There was something.
She would not. Her problem was she would not answer the question, which is typical, and then
use
ad hominem attacks.
Of course she doesn't. They all use ad hominem attacks. Red herrings. I mean, every logical fallacy in the book is what you watch, what you see when you watch these hearings.
Yeah. I hear you.
And nothing comes out of it. It's just all for political theater. I don't know.
I get it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, those hearings are usually pretty pointless.
Right. Like, she had a pretty good line. Was it Raskin? She was talking about, like, how the stock market hit a record high, which, by the way, I've seen how you do well in the stock market, so you should be happy. Like, it's just, oh my goodness.
Or they were talking about her not voting against, one of the Congress people not voting for a certain bill.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah.
And then she's like, well, my grandpa died in the Holocaust. And she stormed off. So, I mean, it was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, Bonnie didn't really answer anything. And then they're trying to get her to lie under oath.
Right.
But I still think it should bother everyone, what we're saying. And
no.
There's just the flip of the switch on the importance of this when certain people are in office.
Mm-hmm. Right.
From different political parties. Right. So maybe I wouldn't even care about if you're Democrat or Republican. Or maybe the Democrats will write it all, the Republicans will write it all, and control them.
All right, back to the phones. Good morning. Thanks for waiting here on Talkback.
Hey, you mentioned why would you want to be a tradesman if AI provided us this basic universal income? I think the trades are going to be the last ones replaced because that fine motor skills and problem solving is really not something that AI can do yet, and I think it's going to be a long ways off. Mm-hmm. For repiping a house, I really don't see a robot climbing through your attic, safely climbing through your attic and not punching holes in your ceiling.
Yeah. But you probably wouldn't mind having
would love
one,
to see
so you didn't have to do it.
Oh, 100%. Dude, if I could get a robot to pull an air conditioner through an attic, I would be thrilled, right? If I could teach it to air seal something, that would be phenomenal. But I really just don't see that happening anytime soon. But the question I'll say is, why would you want to do it? Because there's a fulfillment. At the end of your day, when you're in the trades, you can look back and say, hey, I improved somebody's life, right? Like, I got that person running water in their house. I made sure that the lights are on. I made sure that this lady can be cool when it's 120 degrees outside. You know, there is a man, you get to wear your cape. Mm-hmm. You know, you get to be the hero for a little while because you took care of somebody's actual needs, and you solve the problems with your hands. There's a fulfillment there that you don't get sitting on the couch.
And I agree with you 1,000%. That's kind of how I operate, but I think people like you and me and Al are a bit of a rare animal in human society. They'll take the money.
We are, but we've got to make some changes there because AI may be coming in, but who's going to fix the AI? Right? Robots break just like computers. Somebody's got to fix them. Right? We have to teach people to work with their hands and be self-reliant. It's great to have help from a computer, and I use ChatGPT all the time. But it's not the end all. And I know when I use ChatGPT, I have to double check everything it tells me because sometimes it lies, and it lies without realizing that it's lying to you. You know, so that would actually. I know you mentioned replacing our elected officials with AI. That might actually be a better solution. Just at least you'd know. There'd be some obvious tells when they're lying other than lips moving, right? Because right now, if politicians' lips are moving, they're probably lying. That's about the only way we can tell.
At least from the monetary side of government, too. I'm sure you'll see that eventually with AI assistance. Yeah.
I mean, heck, if they can get rid of some of this waste, there's no reason for a hammer to cost $1,000.
Actually, that could be the one niche. You could, if AI takes over everything, you can have the humans who still handcraft things and sell it to rich people because they want a human-made product. And so you have like a niche little side job there.
That's a pretty good point. You might find yourself a little carve out.
I'll make you. I'll make homemade pies and I'll sell it to all the rich people.
There you go. Thank you for the call. We appreciate it. We'll be right back.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
For 1 year only, the event you've celebrated year after year is getting a new name and a new date. Because Fat Tuesday falls on Valentine's weekend, Taste of Mardi Gras becomes Taste of Central Louisiana. Happening Saturday, March 7th at the Randolph Riverfront Center. Enjoy the same great food, drinks, live music, and Mardi Gras spirit you've always loved, just on a new night and with a new name. For a full list of events, visit AlexandriaPinevilleLA.com and plan your trip today at ExploreLouisiana.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. After my husband died, the last thing I wanted to think about was money. Ethos made it affordable to get life insurance. Signing up was fast and 100% online. I knew that I could pay our mortgage and have food in the fridge. I could focus on my kids. No one ever tells you how much you're going to depend on that policy. I am so grateful we had coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Broker Services, LLC. Member NYSE, SIPC.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BOM Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
It's Talkback, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
All right, we're back. Alan Stephen been talking AI and what could be coming in the very near future if it's not here already.
I think you're bored with it, so we can move on.
You think I'm bored with it?
Yeah. Not really your cup of tea, is it?
I mean, I find it interesting. It's hard for me to deal in what ifs and what could be's when we have so much of what already is. Wow. I think I'm going to put that on a T-shirt.
That was very
profound.
Oh, that was.
Was that Al or was that AI Al? Which would look like if you wrote it out, Al.
We won't even know.
That's the worst part of AI. Everybody uses the capital A and the capital I, But in most fonts, the capital I looks like an L.
Yeah.
So every time I see people writing about AI, I'm starting to get an Al Franken complex. It's the decade of me, Al. Wonder what Al's thinking. How would Al solve this problem? How much better is Al going to make our lives? Should we be afraid of Al? That's how I read it every time.
Everyone's going to be forced to watch sports documentaries and collect cards of Al's The Future of the World.
For context, for those of you who don't know what I'm referring to, back in 1980, on Saturday Night Live on Weekend Update, Al Franken, who was one of the writers, along with Tom Davis, they were the great writers of the early days of SNL. Franken went on to become a libtard Minnesota senator. But he did a thing called The Decade of Me, Al Franken. I wonder what Al's thinking today. You know, it was really good, actually. So, what? You're shaking your head.
No, I'm just laughing at it. Yeah, that's funny.
So that's always stuck with me. Me, Al Franken.
Well, maybe you can make your own AI chat bot and call it the Al.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Or we could use it to host this show.
It's all right. I could sleep in, and AI me can do the show.
And I think what we were talking about, too, is that whenever we hear about AI replacing jobs, whatever, we all kind of naturally think that we're going to be immune to it. Like, oh, well, not my job. I'm very important. We all kind of have that idea. Like, I'm even thinking, like, well, people still want, you know, local journalists to cover the news, a human touch. Or no one's going to plumb this house, or, you know, no one's going to teach these kids. You think you're immune. But we are creating something that's better than us. Who knows how long it's going to take or what's going to happen. We could be like Dune, where we have the great robot wars over AI, and it gets banned forever.
Or like Yoda said, begun the drone wars have.
That's what I'm saying. The Empire. The Empire is coming.
Clone Wars were kind of crazy. So were all the stormtroopers clones?
We talked about this, Al.
Oh, yeah, I forgot what you
said. So they were clones at first.
Okay.
And then they were, Order 66 converted them to be loyal to the Empire. And then after several years, they started recruiting people and kind of weeded out the clones. They became less prominent. Yeah.
So when they, like Luke and Han and them shoot the stormtroopers, they're shooting actual humans?
It could be. Yeah. Well, clones are humans too, Al.
Oh, that's true.
Come on now. And are they humans in the Star Wars world? I don't know. They could be Alderaanians. They could be Tatooinians.
Tatooinians.
Tatooines.
Okay, we'll be right back.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. McDonald's among the early gainers on Wall Street this morning after U.S. sales grew at the fastest pace in more than 2 years in the fourth quarter. That's thanks to cost-conscious diners and McDonald's $5 value meals. American Airlines in focus. Flight attendants holding that protest today, demanding CEO Robert Isom step down due to operational and financial underperformance, following a vote of no confidence in him by their union. Toyota could reportedly struggle to meet RAV4 demand. Automotive News and others say dealers will face a headwind this year as their most popular nameplate transitions to a new generation. Siri running into snags. Apple's upgrade to the Siri virtual assistant running into issues during testing, including Siri not properly processing questions, taking too long to handle requests, and some accuracy issues, according to sources. The new version was slated for March. After already being delayed last year, some features now may be paused until September. Denise Pellegrini, Bloomberg Radio.
LSU sports dominate the field, the court, and the diamond. And at Advanced Office Systems, we're bringing that same championship spirit to businesses across Louisiana. From large organizations to school districts to privately owned businesses, we deliver top-tier Canon and Toshiba copiers with fast local service, cutting-edge security, and cost-effective solutions. If your office needs a winning game plan, team up with the pros who always deliver. Call Advanced Office Systems today, where performance meets championship service.
Got a big day ahead of you? Then it's best to fuel up with some of Cenla's best at Bricado's restaurant. Walk right in and just smell that home-style cooking. Place your order, take a seat, and do breakfast right till 9:30 this morning. Get fresh biscuits, eggs any way you like them, melt-in-your-mouth pancakes, grits, hash browns, sausage, bacon, even wraps and sandwiches. And don't forget their fresh brewed coffee. Bricado's Restaurant, 28 West, right across from the Coliseum. Your breakfast is waiting for you.
From America's #1 travel radio show, this is your RM World Travel Minute. I'm Mary Carey, and thanks for joining me today. Many of you may be researching and booking your foreign travels for 2026 already, so this is a great time to refresh yourself with some international travel tips. First, check your expiration date on your passport. Many countries will not allow you to cross their border or even board your airplane to fly there if your passport is not valid at least 6 months beyond your initial date of entry. I suggest bringing copies of your passport with you and leaving a copy of it back home with someone you trust. Call your credit card company and put a travel alert on your card so you don't get flagged for potential fraud when purchasing abroad. And don't use the conversion currency centers in airports. They are ripoffs. Get some currency ahead of time or find out who your bank partners with abroad and use them so you don't incur extra fees. And renew all current prescriptions, but definitely make sure you take copies of those as well with you. These are just a few international tips. It's always better to plan ahead and know before you go. If you'd like any more travel info, connect with us anytime at rmworldtravel.com/contact. Happy travels, everyone.
Good morning. Partly cloudy skies on our Thursday. A warm day with afternoon highs near 74 degrees. Our winds light and variable. Only a slight chance of any showers at all. Partly cloudy tonight with some fog developing after midnight. We'll get down to 53. And our Friday looks like another partly cloudy day, even warmer, with the afternoon high temps up to 78 degrees. Good chance of some showers over the weekend. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Grayson.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. Now back to Talkback.
All right, let's get back to more phone calls. Thank you for waiting. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
To the radio down. I'm doing okay. Yeah, that guy that was talking about, things need to change and new people need to be in the offices and things, in Alexandria. That's from Baton Rouge to everybody that's running Louisiana and other places as well. So whatever that say, when they say kudos for that man calling and having the nerves to talk about what's going on. And see, Mel Royce, that dude, he was in there before. But see, they don't discipline people for doing wrong, just like those people when that was said don't follow Donald Trump's instruction with the military. Yeah. They got away with it. They got away with it. If that had been a Republican, they wouldn't have got off with that.
That's true.
See?
I agree with you.
But the things that's going on, it's just pathetic what's going on. And even though them Democrats is not in that White House per se, they still controlling the whole United States. And it's so sad. But voting, they say Louisiana don't vote. I done seen people give people papers, check with who to vote for, and they give them money. See, that's not legal voting. But see, they need a police outside those voting places where you go to vote. Don't even be allowing that no more. See, you shouldn't be passing out papers with people names checked on there to go vote for.
I mean, it has always been an underbelly kind of joke, about street money and busing people to the polls and, all these things. And, in Chicago, you vote twice, dead people voting. And we've always joked about this. We've known there's been shady things all along. But, what we're seeing is, in my mind, I think cases that are just so egregious. And it also kind of brings up the conversation on voter ID, which they did pass the SAVE Act through the House, which would require people to have an ID to vote. And, of course, Democrats will say that people like you can't get ID, so you would be disenfranchised.
Uh-huh.
So what do you think of that?
It's wrong because they labeling you, and all at the same time they trying to pretend that they care about you and trying to do things that's beneficial for black people.
Mm-hmm.
But all they doing is using the ones that's still ignorant and in the dark and can't see what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of black people has realized to come to the conclusion that those Democrats is not for no people. They're not for the citizens of the United States, and they sure ain't for black people. But they still brainwashed, you know, and that's so sad, though. But like, you know, things going on and who you talk to, like I've been suffering with this fungus infection since 13 when I dug in my two big toes, and that stuff set up bacteria right then, and I had a stroke in November of 13. Every time I go to Rapides General Hospital and Cabrini Hospital, they always said that I didn't have no fungus. When I was in deadly pain, they never even took a test to see what was going on or why I was hurting or anything. And then when I was in the hospital, I ended up in the hospital from the 24th of August to the 9th of September. While I was downstairs in the ER, it was a lady from some department or something. She came in there in the room in the ER and said that I had a blood clot. And all she said was, well, we're going to try this, and then if this doesn't work, then we'll do something else. That's the only person that talked about the blood clot. So when I was admitted on the 4th floor at 2 a.m. Monday morning, for 3 weeks, no doctor didn't come to see me.
Wow, that's crazy.
To discuss the blood clot or the pain that I was having at that time. I felt like that stuff was all over my whole body, and I was going to die when I went back to the hospital that Sunday. So then the doctor recommended to do ultrasounds of both of my legs. So that's when they found the blood clot in my left leg. And the left leg is the worst leg from the infection because I was digging on both sides of the toe and one on the right. But anyway, I don't know where it was, where the blood clot was in my leg. Never told me what to do or how to do to not cause the blood clot to bust, anything. All the nurse started doing was that Monday it's giving me Eliquis.
Wow.
And I'd have been taking care of myself, and even though I had joined a senior program in October and for November, and I got back out of it because Cabrini want to be totally over your life being in that program, tell you where you can go to the ER or the urgent care, and if they don't approve it, you can't. So I had to get back out of there. So anyway, that doctor, looking at the X-ray, I don't know how he could say that it was moving because he said that it was in my calf, behind my calf. But I don't know what's going on with it now. I haven't been able to see a doctor, because the Humana said I had full Medicaid coverage when I was telling them that I didn't. And the guy's still going to say the computer showing that you do.
Wow.
So then I was put in this go-do plan, got away with it for December. Here comes January 25 and 26. They said Medicare changed, Medicaid changed, and I had to pay a premium last year. He'll come back in November, and I got to pay a premium again because of Humana. All kind of stuff be going on.
Yep.
And
all right. Well,
and they need to be investigated. You know, these hospitals, everything, and then they underworked, underemployed. They don't have enough people working.
Right.
But y'all have a blessed day.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate you. We'll be right back.
KSYL. This is Dr. Jonathan Hunter with the clinics. We provide primary, family, and chronic care along with gastroenterology, podiatry, with on-site lab and x-ray services. I'm pleased to welcome family physician Dr. Noah Miller to our team. We are currently accepting new patients and same-day appointments are available. If you're admitted into the hospital, our doctors will see you there as well. Most insurance and Medicare are accepted. The clinic's on North Bolton, 445-9823, and online at theclinics.us.
Attention all real estate agents, property owners, and lenders. When you or a client needs a real estate attorney, call the professionals at Thompson Law Firm. Whether the legal matter is basic or complex, the Thompson Law Firm can accurately guide you or your client to a successful outcome. That's why numerous industry professionals have trusted the Thompson Law Firm for years. They also handle estate planning, successions, and business law. Call them at 473-0052. I am a paid non-client attorney spokesperson.
Now back to Talkback, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
All right, more calls. Let's go to those. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Yeah, you were talking about Al Franken. Do you recall that his election was contested and that they found boxes of ballots in somebody's car, and that was, I think he won by a very few votes?
Now that you bring it up, yeah, I do remember that.
And what about foo-foo about flooded election areas and stuff like that, and Trump's loss to Biden, and so on and so forth? And can people get in trouble with problems like that? Ask Heather Cloud. She was mayor of Turkey Creek, I believe it was. But when she ran the first time, or when she was running for re-election, somebody was doing shenanigans, and somehow she was able to prove that it was an illegal situation. In the election that followed that, which was declared, her election was declared invalid, so she ran again. And then she won. And, of course, now she's a state senator.
Right.
So to say that things don't happen is kind of not correct.
Yeah. Okay. Good point. All right. Well, thank you.
Sure.
Let's go to another call. Good morning. You're on Talkback. Oops, you there? All right. Try this one. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Hey, I ain't sound ignorant, but I'm kind of ignorant on some things. All these data centers they're building, they're spending hundreds of billions of dollars on data centers. What are they going to do with these data centers? Are they the brains for AI or what? I mean, I don't get how are they going to make a profit on all these things.
Stephen, you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, pretty much. I mean, I think you hit it on the head there. From what we understand, it's how they make it operate.
Yeah. Someone just texted me advertising and subscriptions.
I'm just kind of confused, but they're spending just massive amounts of money on data centers. Like, are they all going to be profitable? I mean, I don't know.
Computing infrastructure, GPUs, and custom chips.
In the words of Steve Martin, it's a profit deal.
Yeah. It just kind of seems like they're going a little bit overboard on data centers. I don't know. Maybe I might be wrong. I don't understand all that. I'm not much on technology, to tell you the truth.
If we don't do it, probably China will.
We'll have to update the song. Don't know much about technology. Don't know much about biology.
Oh, yeah.
I know more about biology now.
Yeah, you do.
I know you're not going to suck the toxins out of the bottom of your feet in a hot bath, warm bath. I know that.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, well, a lot to watch for sure. All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the call. 318-442-8255. Really haven't had time to get to much of the election qualifying. We did in the first hour talk about what's going on at the local level, but we also have a lot of kind of state level things with the federal races. And I don't know if you saw Greg Hilburn's article, Stephen, but he wrote about the Senate qualifying. John Fleming yesterday was the first major candidate, he terms him, to qualify. And it looks like it'll be a three-way battle between the incumbent, Bill Cassidy, and Julia Letlow, who's been endorsed by President Trump. Fleming yesterday dragged Governor Landry into the fray, writes Hilburn, claiming Landry has concocted a scheme to promote Letlow through Trump, with whom Landry also has close ties. Fleming quoted as saying, "Everybody knows the governor wants to control every board and commission. Multiple people told me he could rearrange the deck chairs and appoint himself senator and Letlow as a college president, which she's always wanted." The USA Today Network reached out for comment from Landry. Haven't gotten it yet. Fleming said Cassidy's vote to convict President Trump during the second impeachment trial should disqualify him among Republican voters. He said, "I thought that was absurd." And Fleming said Letlow is, quote, riding Trump's endorsement rather than earning the people's endorsement, noting Letlow entered the race last month only after getting the nod from Trump while he's been campaigning for 14 months. Fleming says, though, he's still a Trump stalwart and the only candidate with conservative bona fides that fit Louisiana, citing multiple political scorecards that compare the three. Yeah, and I've seen those scorecards. Most of them have Cassidy with an F and Letlow with a D. So.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how strong that endorsement's going to be.
Yeah.
And how strong that conviction's going to be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, you have the 5th Congressional District situation as well, with Blake Miguez entering into that race. And for that one, you're talking about somebody who doesn't live in the district, although Miguez maintains that he has a property in Baton Rouge that he used when he went to college at LSU, and that he'll be living there primarily should he win.
I just think it's kind of funny, like, well, we won't win this one, so I'll run for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess he'd be
and
the
already has the endorsement from President Trump, which, came from Jeff Landry saying, hey, endorse this guy.
Yeah. Clay Higgins endorsed
allegedly.
The other day, too, and, yeah.
Clay Higgins endorsed Miguez?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, yeah, I think he's probably the front runner for that district. And Cleo Fields qualified for his district as well as a Democrat. There's a couple Republicans in there as well. So, yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see if the turnout is going to be over 30%.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But who knows? Locally, too, Marksville mayor is on the ballot for the May 16 election.
Mm-hmm.
The incumbent, John Lemoyne, qualified for re-election, including Carl Chapman running against him, who is a city councilman. He'll be running as well. And then Ford Williams, as a Democrat, will be running too. So we will be talking with Mayor Lemoyne and Councilman Chapman this Friday. I'll have it posted. I'm trying to get a hold of Williams. But no luck yet. We shall see. Best thing about qualifying, the system, you can look up who's qualified all day, and it has their phone numbers on there. So that's very helpful for me. Just give them a call and annoy them. And we'll have all the Pineville mayoral candidates that have qualified so far by the end of today, if you want to hear what they're about.
Right. No, that does make it much, much easier to get a hold of people.
Sure. So, day 2 today, day 3 is Friday, so 3 days of qualifying, and we'll know who is running for those races by the weekend. It'll be very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really into the Pineville mayor race, just to see what happens.
Yeah.
It's probably the biggest one here locally that's not on a federal level.
The last time there was a race for the mayor of Pineville, we know how close that was. Just came down to a handful of votes, really.
Was it 5?
I think so, yeah. And, Mayor Bishop, current Mayor Bishop, has a lot of support, but he also has his detractors.
Oh, politics will do that to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we shall see, and sometimes having that incumbency is a big help, even if it was appointed. He's been there for 18 months in the job, so we will see what happens there. It'll be an interesting one to see if anyone else jumps in the race.
So, oh gosh, I'm just reading, Mayor Roy made a post this morning. You'll appreciate this, Stephen. So remember how we were talking about how his plans for the mall is to make it experiential?
Mm-hmm.
The local news station, their graphic said Mayor Roy says Alexandria Mall is evolving into an experimental mall.
Okay. I'm trying to see where he posted that.
Just like a minute. He said it's about creating experiences with recreation, food and beverage, health, and other modern retail experience, all anchored by a world-class children's museum and learning center. Public dollars go into public purpose, not private retail. Fix your headline, LOL.
Dang. Wow. Yeah, we've been seeing them kind of push back against some reports throughout the past couple months.
This is why you need to follow Stephen Maxwell.
Yeah, we have a whole sit-down with him. Over an hour. You can watch what he wants to do with that area.
You did that around the first of the year, though, right? So,
yeah.
This story's almost 2 months old, really.
I did it before.
It got fresh life because he brought it all up at the briefing yesterday.
Yes. So I might repost it like, hey.
Yeah. Hey, remember this?
Yeah.
Here's what he told us 2 months ago.
Exactly.
And if you followed Stephen, you would know that. So, all right, we'll take our last break. More coming up.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics.
Everybody loves the season of giving, but now the season of paying for it is upon us. That not-so-wonderful time of the year when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, stare in horror at the balance, and resolve then and there to find new ways to save money. If you're among those Americans, why not start by cutting your wireless bill in half right now with Pure Talk's Saver Plan? It's easy. You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast, nationwide 5G network for just $20 a month. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Ho, ho, ho. And if you're active or former military or a first responder, you'll save an additional 20% every single month. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe for the gift that keeps on saving from America's wireless company. Pure Talk.
Craving mouth-watering barbecue and juicy steaks? Head on over to Cole's Barbecue and Steakhouse, the top barbecue and steakhouse in Alexandria. Our warm and welcoming atmosphere is the perfect setting for a night out with friends or a family dinner. Indulge in our premium barbecue and steaks, fresh salads, and handcrafted burgers. Come as you are, we're ready to serve you. Visit Cole's Barbecue and Steakhouse today on Coliseum Boulevard across from Laborde Earls Coliseum. Expect real good food. 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. Now back to Talkback.
For the next 48 years of our lives. I say that. Right? I say that. Let's go out there and we'll play the next 24 minutes for the next 24 minutes. And we'll leave it all out on the field. We got the rest of our lives to be mediocre, but we have the opportunity to play like gods for the next half of football. But we can't be afraid to lose. There's no room for fear in this game. And we go out there and we half-ass it because we're scared. All we're left with is an excuse. We're always going to wonder. But we go out there and we give it absolutely everything. That's heroic. Let's be heroes. Come on.
Who's ready? Get up.
Come on.
Talk to me, baby. We say, boys. We say,
All right, welcome back on Talkback. Final segment of the morning. Al and Stephen with you here today. That was the kind of that chilling clip from the movie Varsity Blues, which came out. When did Varsity Blues come out? I'm going to have to look that up. But 1999. So, gosh, it's crazy to think a movie like that's 27 years old now, because I feel like that movie came out when I was already somewhat old. But the reason I played that clip was the actor there who played the character Mox, Jonathan Moxon, died yesterday. James Vanderbeek, who passed away. Let me see if I can catch the age here quickly, but I believe he was 48. Yeah, 48, died yesterday after having been diagnosed with colorectal cancer a couple of years ago. So a lot of people remember him from that show. Some of our millennials in the crowd probably watched him on Dawson's Creek, where he and Katie Holmes were the stars there. The family actually has a GoFundMe account to help the family, and they've raised like over $1 million in just a little bit. His wife, they had 6 kids actually. So even though he made a lot of money as an actor, apparently because of the costs of other things, didn't have a lot of money left. So a lot of people are pouring their hearts out of tribute to him. And it's kind of crazy if you ever watch that movie Varsity Blues, that now there are 3 of those actors who were young men at the time that have all passed away. Vanderbeek yesterday, Paul Walker, who everybody remembers from the racing movies. Oh gosh, the title is escaping me. Fast and Furious. He died in a car crash a few years ago. And then the guy who played like the big offensive lineman, he also passed away a few years ago. So kind of a tough week if you're a millennial in terms of people you kind of grew up with. The lead singer from Three Doors Down passed away the other day, Brad Arnold, and he was a pretty young guy too, only 47 years old. So kind of a rough week, that for sure. And he also had cancer, Brad Arnold. Cancer sucks. There's no doubt about it. If you've lost someone close to you, and a lot of people have, we know how terrible that can be. So anyway, on that note, thank you, everyone. A lot of great calls today, especially on the topic of AI. And Stephen and I will be back again tomorrow. We'll continue to update you on who's jumping in to the various local races for the elections coming up. And we'll have the rest of the day's news as well. So we'll talk to you tomorrow. Moon's coming up next.
You've been listening to Talkback. The opinions expressed were those of the hosts and callers, and not necessarily those of Cenlaw Broadcasting.
AM 970, FM 104.9, KSYL, and KRRV 100.3, HD3, Alexandria.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The immigration crackdown in Minnesota is ending. The president's border czar, Tom Homan, made the announcement last hour.
There are some issues here. We fixed those issues. We've had great success with this operation, and we're leaving Minnesota safer.
The crackdown led to mass detentions and protests. 2 demonstrators, Renee Good and Alex Pretty, were shot to death by ICE agents. Minnesota's Democratic Governor Tim Walz says the operation, which started in December, should end in days. What could be a key break as the search for 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie enters its 12th day? Correspondent Jonathan Vigliotti is in Tucson.
FBI agents are fanning out across her neighborhood north of Tucson, searching the foothills through brush and along roads. On Wednesday, a source close to the investigation confirms to CBS News the discovery of a pair of gloves during a search, reportedly about 1.5 miles from Guthrie's home. Investigators will now test the gloves for DNA.
The find comes just days after the release of doorbell camera footage from Guthrie's home the night she was abducted. A Ukrainian skeleton racer was given one last chance today to remove his helmet at the Winter Olympics in Italy. He refused and was promptly disqualified from the games. The helmet